It's your main man, Made Man, back at it again, and y'all know how I get down over here. We talking boxing. Now, I know y'all knew I was not going to let this fight go past without doing an upload on it, ladies and gentlemen. This is a very, very highly anticipated fight, ladies and gentlemen. I am very much looking forward to this fight. Very fan-friendly fight. You know, in string of the recent announcements of the Danny Garcias and the Rod Salkas and the Lamont Peterson and the Edgar Santanas, the Adrian Broners and the Emmanuel Taylor, it is so good to finally get a breath of fresh air, ladies and gentlemen, and get a fight that fight fans are clamoring for and would love to see, ladies and gentlemen. So we have two of boxing's up-and-coming rising stars of today, ladies and gentlemen, in this match. This is a world-class match, ladies and gentlemen. This is for a world-class title, ladies and gentlemen. I am talking about Shawn Porter versus Kell Brook. We are going to dig into the pros and cons of each of these fighters, and I will also give a prediction in this particular video, ladies and gentlemen. So stand by for the end of that, at the end of this video for the prediction. Now, Shawn Porter, ladies and gentlemen, 24-0, 15 knockouts, ladies and gentlemen. Up and coming star in today's boxing world, ladies and gentlemen. IBF world champion at 147 pounds. He is taking on Kell Brook. Kell Brook, 32-0, 22 knockouts. Someone's O has got to go, ladies and gentlemen. Who will it be? Porter or Brook? We don't know. Now, let's look at some of the pros and cons. First, we will start with the world champion, Shawn Porter. Shawn Porter, pros of Shawn Porter, some of the things that he has going for him, which is a lot of good things, ladies and gentlemen. But some of the good things that he has going for him, in my opinion, he takes risk. He takes a lot of risk. Where is it that he's not, if you don't have significant punching power to keep him off you, ladies and gentlemen, he keeps coming. And he takes all the risks of the big shots, and he throws the big shots, ladies and gentlemen. This is why in 24 fights, 15 of them ended by knockout, ladies and gentlemen. Also, for Shawn Porter, he looks to get to the inside. Shawn Porter is a small, compact fighter with a long reach, ladies and gentlemen. So him getting to the inside is very, very paramount for him to win this fight, ladies and gentlemen, especially against a big puncher like Kell Brook. Another thing that he has going for him, he has very good hand speed, ladies and gentlemen. Very good hand speed for Shawn Porter. If you notice, Shawn Porter always throws combinations, and he does them for 12 straight rounds. This is what makes him such a unusual talent in today's sport of boxing. A lot of boxers usually take a couple rounds and slow down for a little while. Not Shawn Porter, ladies and gentlemen. He is a Energizer Bunny, almost to say. He always throws punches and bunches, and he does it with great hand speed, ladies and gentlemen. And he also does it with a lot of he cracks very well with his punches, ladies and gentlemen. So some of the good things he has going for him. Once again, incredible work rate. He has high stamina. He never stops. Like I said before, he's constantly coming for you. He's constantly looking to get to the inside. And once he gets to the inside, throwing punches and bunches to the inside. And that's Shawn Porter's thing. That's his game plan, ladies and gentlemen. And his stamina rate, for some reason, it never stops. I don't know if this guy's sparring heavyweights. I don't know if he's doing 20-round sparring sessions. I don't know what it is. But he has an incredible stamina rate, ladies and gentlemen. Now, take in mind, Shawn Porter is still young. I think he's only 28 years of age. So, you know, of course, maybe with that age, you know, he can keep going the way he does. But he never stops. Great thing he has going for him, ladies and gentlemen. So, some of the more good things that Shawn Porter has, he has world-class, he's beaten world-class fighters. So he has world-class experience. We know that Shawn Porter took the title from Devin Alexander, ladies and gentlemen, who was the IBF champion at the time. But he beat Devin Alexander. Then he turned around and defended that title against Paulie Malignaggi, in which he destroyed Paulie Malignaggi, just like walked right through him, ladies and gentlemen. So, and from that performance, it has Kell Brook in his camp, Eddie Hearns, his promoter, looking at the drug testing, like, you know, let's put some drug testing on this kid, because we've never seen him with that type of explosive power. But the fact is, he exploded and he walked right through Paulie Malignaggi. He fought with a great game plan against Devin Alexander, ladies and gentlemen. So these are some of his. He has world-class experience. This is something that Kell Brook failed to have, ladies and gentlemen. Kell Brook has yet to be in the ring with a world-class fighter, anyone that's worth really mentioning, I guess you might want to say. But you know, he hasn't been there. And also, Shawn Porter's been in the ring with Julio Diaz twice, ladies and gentlemen, which he drew. When the first fight was a draw, and the second fight, Shawn Porter won. So I don't know how much that is to say about Shawn Porter. That could be detrimental to him. For him to draw against Julio Diaz could be a big fucking deal, ladies and gentlemen. Well, we don't know. But those to me are some of the good things that Shawn Porter has going for him. Now, let's get into some of his cons. He lacks a big right hand, ladies and gentlemen. We have yet to see Shawn Porter pull out a big right hand. Even though he's small and compact like a Mike Tyson was in the heavyweight division, he has long reach, ladies and gentlemen. And with the long reach, though, he lacks the big right hand. That's something that he doesn't have. Now, it's unusual. We don't see a lot of smaller fighters with a big right hand, ladies and gentlemen, but that is something that Shawn Porter does not have. Also, he is very easily countered, ladies and gentlemen, through the fact that he throws punches in bunches. If they do not land, he commits so much to his punches where he can easily be countered. If he was in the ring with such as a Mayweather, ladies and gentlemen, counter-punching Shawn Porter would not be a problem whatsoever. And the reason going to his next con is that he lunges when he punches, ladies and gentlemen. When he punches, he lunges. Maybe because of his height, he's only 5'6", but he has a 69.5-inch reach, ladies and gentlemen. So by him being 5'6", trying to get to the inside and force his way to the inside most of the time, he's lunging. He is lunging, ladies and gentlemen, putting his chin way out there, ladies and gentlemen. Perfect target practice for Kell Brook. So that's another thing that I think is a con against Shawn Porter, ladies and gentlemen. Also, some of the cons of Shawn Porter, in my opinion, he started out as a middleweight. When he first came into the sport of boxing, he started out as a middleweight at the 160-pound division, and he came down to 147, ladies and gentlemen. So the fact of the matter is, did he bring a lot of that power down with him? We seen what he did to Paulie Malignaggi. Sure, he destroyed Paulie Malignaggi, but usually when you come down in weight, in a lot of cases, ladies and gentlemen, you lose power. So in this case, has Shawn Porter really lost significant enough power to hurt a world-class fighter? We seen he did not knock out Devin Alexander. Paulie Malignaggi has a very good chin, ladies and gentlemen, but he was taking some thorough shots. So I don't know. So the question you got to ask, did Shawn Porter bring his power down to 147-pound divisions? So those are some of the pros and cons that I have for Shawn Porter. Once again, his notable fights: Julio Diaz, Devin Alexander, Paulie Malignaggi, ladies and gentlemen. Now, Kell Brook, UK sensation, ladies and gentlemen. This is the guy who's trying to take over the face of boxing of the UK. He's trying to take it away from Carl Froch. He's trying to take it away from Amir Khan. And he is trying to be the face of boxing for UK boxing, ladies and gentlemen. This is the first time we've seen Kell Brook on the world-class level. This is the first time Kell Brook has fought here in America. Kell Brook is looking to establish his name after this fight. So this will be a monumental fight for both fighters. It would establish Shawn Porter in the 147 division as one of the top 3 to top 5 contenders, or top 3 to top 5 names, and it would establish Kell Brook as a world-class fighter, ladies and gentlemen. Now, let's go to some of the pros and cons of Kell Brook. Kell Brook, 32-0, 22 knockouts, 5'9" with a 69-inch reach, ladies and gentlemen. So, he has 3 inches taller than Shawn Porter, but he has a lesser reach by Shawn Porter having a 69.5-inch reach and him having a 69-inch reach. So that can be a con, either way you look at it. But let's do the pros first. Some of the pros: he is a big welterweight, ladies and gentlemen. If you look at the statue of Kell Brook, he has the statue of almost damn near a middleweight. He is tremendous in size. You can see now, I don't know, this fight is not at a catch weight. Thank God this fight is not at a catch weight. So we'll see how he's never had problems making weight before, so he shouldn't have any problems. But he is a naturally big-boned welterweight, ladies and gentlemen. I see Kell Brook in the next few years rising up to the 154 or maybe even 160-pound division. Another thing that he has going for him, he has footwork, and his footwork is great. It's not great, I'm sorry. His footwork is not great, but it's not bad, in which he sometimes can't appear to be flat-footed, ladies and gentlemen. But, however, when he starts to move and he starts to get at certain angles, he performs very well. He's not the fastest footwork. He doesn't have the fastest footwork, but he has more so smart footwork, ladies and gentlemen. He's not going to stand right there in front of you, but he's not going to do a lot of movement where he's going to look to not engage you either, you know what I mean? He's going to swing from different angles, which is something he constantly does. Like I said, another pro that he has going for him, he fights from different angles, ladies and gentlemen. Also, he leads more than he counters. If you look at any of his fights, ladies and gentlemen, he leads off more times than his opponent ever does, ladies. He always initiates the contact, which is a good thing from Kell Brook. It can leave you open for counters, but he's a very accurate puncher, ladies and gentlemen. So I think that wouldn't hurt Kell Brook, given that Shawn Porter does move his head very well, and he gets under punches very well. We'll see if Kell Brook would have a problem with actually landing on Shawn Porter, but for the most part, he leads way more than he counters, and he does a lot more hurt and power, and he does a lot more damage to his opponent once he leads off. So, some of the other things he has going on for him, he's a very hard puncher. Now, he also has a very, very powerful jab, ladies and gentlemen. The thing about Kell Brook, he doesn't swing jabs normally like a lot of other boxers does. He has a power jab, in which if he hits that jab, he puts so much into his jab where it cracks you, man, and it really does extreme damage. If you look at any of his fights, maybe it happens from his tall stature, but the fact is, that jab, man, he sends it, boom, and when it lands, man, it really, really cracks, ladies and gentlemen. So, you know, some of his more notable fights, we know he fought Sinchenko, very good fight. We know he beat Matthew Hatton, and we know he fought Carson Jones twice. The first fight being a very close fight. In the second fight, he pretty much dominated Carson Jones. And so those are some of his notable fights, which brings me to his first con. He lacks world-class experience. This is the first time that that Kell Brook will be performing on the world-class level, ladies and gentlemen. So how will the pressure and of a world-class fight and the pressure of a title fight get to Kell Brook, ladies and gentlemen, and not knowing that he's coming in the back into the, well, it's not the backyard of Shawn Porter, but the fact it's still America, and pretty sure Shawn Porter will have more fans here than Kell Brook will. So for him to come across the water in his first world-class fight, ladies and gentlemen, and first world-class world championship fight, we don't know how he'll perform at that level. Things get very, very different at that level. Another con of Kell Brook, he's not a volume puncher. He's a timing puncher. He's not the fastest puncher. Timing, big speed. We all know that, and we know Shawn Porter has very fast hands. This will be a timing versus speed type of match, ladies and gentlemen. I believe that Kell Brook's timing is going to be everything. Is going to be everything. Is his everything. That's going to be a lot of his offense right there, ladies. If he doesn't have perfect timing on Shawn Porter, he's going to have a long night, ladies and gentlemen. Another con that he has going on for him, he doesn't stick with the body work. He doesn't stick with body shots. If you look at any of Kell Brook's fight, he's more so a head hunter than he is a body snatcher. You know, he doesn't go to the body. He doesn't stay busy at the body as much as a lot of fighters does. So, which means over the course of the fight, with Shawn Porter having such a high stamina work rate and such a high battery in his back, you know, that he would need to definitely swing a lot more, you know what I mean? I mean, he would definitely need to be that type of fighter, ladies and gentlemen. So, I mean, that to me is a big con for him. But also, I left this out of one of the pros of Kell Brook. And a lot of people jumped on Kell Brook for this because we know what happened with the Devin Alexander fight, how that fell apart. One minute he's hurt, then, you know, once he's ready to fight, Devin's hurt. And when Devin's ready to fight, Kell Brook gets hurt again. So the fight never happened. And Porter went on and taken the IBF World Championship. Perhaps if Kell Brook would have fought Devin Alexander, maybe Kell Brook would have already been champion. But the fact is, that brings me to this pro, and that is they did not rush Kell Brook into a world-class fight, ladies and gentlemen. Regardless of the excuses that were given, whether they were true or whether they were false, if someone in his camp, whether it was Eddie Hearn or his trainer or whomever, seen that Kell Brook was not ready for this level as of yet, and they threw whatever shit in the game to stop those fights from happening, I actually applaud that. I think that's the corner looking out for the fighter. I mean, if he's not ready for this level, don't put him on this level. You only get one time for a first impression, ladies and gentlemen. So I think that's one of the good things that he has going for him. But anyway, back to the cons of Kell Brook. Now, he's always open to the body. Like I said earlier, he doesn't stick with the body work, but he also leaves himself wide open for body punches, which can be very, very detrimental to him fighting Shawn Porter, given that Shawn Porter gets under your punches. He's a small fighter, and he's looking to get to the inside, ladies and gentlemen. How detrimental is this going to be to have a guy who can work the body, such as Shawn Porter, in the ring with Kell Brook, ladies and gentlemen? So those are some of the pros and cons. I think that both fighters having to go. I want to make sure I'm not leaving anything out here. But he's another thing from Shawn Porter. He's easily. From Kell Brook, a con. He's easily hit. It's not hard to actually hit him, given that he is a big welterweight, ladies and gentlemen. Shawn Porter is going to connect with Kell Brook. How is he going to be able to handle the punches of Shawn Porter? So those are some of the pros and cons of each fighter, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know, man. This is going to be a very, very close fight. You see, some have the strong points, and the strong points of one fighter can be the weakness of the other fighter, that is the case in this particular fight, ladies and gentlemen. Now, I will move on to give a prediction from this point forward. Prediction-wise, I will give the prediction coming off bet. I would give it to Shawn Porter, ladies and gentlemen. Reason being, he is the smaller, compact, more busier fighter with a high stamina rate, going up against a bigger welterweight who has not been tested on the world-class level, coming off of injuries, as well as not a big body puncher, which is going to be a necessity for him to beat Shawn Porter. But he does not possess, I have yet to see Kell Brook possess that skill set in the ring, ladies and gentlemen. I think Shawn Porter possibly will outwork Brook, maybe not as far as a knockout. I think it will go into a decision, but I think that he will outwork Kell Brook, and towards the end, he will outpunch Kell Brook. Most importantly, I think Kell Brook will have a problem stopping Shawn Porter from getting to the inside because he's so busy. Now, so we'll see. But yet, you know, the thing that makes it funny to me is that Shawn Porter also has not been in the ring with a big puncher. So how will Shawn Porter be able to take the punches of Kell Brook, ladies and gentlemen? I just do not know at this moment. But my prediction will go to a decision for Shawn Porter due to his work rate. I think he will outwork Kell Brook. However, I think after this particular fight, ladies and gentlemen, that this is not a career ender at all for either fighter. I think that given that if they give a good performance in this fight, no matter who loses, can still go on and get good fights. You know, whoever has that belt will continue on to get good fights as well as good paydays. But however, Kell Brook, if he does for some reason lose this fight, and if he gives a convincing performance, he can go on, ladies and gentlemen. So he's still young. Both fighters are still young. Like I said, these are two up-and-coming stars in the sport of boxing. One's a world champion. One is not, but they're both undefeated, ladies and gentlemen. So someone's O has got to go. This fight starts tomorrow, Saturday, August 13th, ladies and gentlemen. I am looking forward to this fight, man. This fight is going to be badass. I will post a post-fight video for this fight, ladies and gentlemen, and I'm looking forward to it. So I'll see you guys then. Go back and listen to this video. Give up to them the pros and cons of each fighter. For all you casuals out there who do not know who these two fighters are, just know that this is a monumental big fight this year. This is along the line of the Mayweather-Maidana, of the George Groves and Carl Froch of this year. This is along the line of the Cotto and Martinez. This is actually a big time fight. So the winner of this fight said to go on and face possibly Keith Thurman. That's going to be exciting. We'll see how that play out, but we'll see. So that's my video for the Shawn Porter Kell Brook situation, ladies and gentlemen. Don't forget, comment, you know what I mean, subscribe, and don't forget to subscribe. I'm also on Twitter at MadeMan511. You can get at me there. I will be doing tweets all throughout the fight, ladies and gentlemen. Come on, log on with me, and we'll see how it goes. So until the next video, it's your main man, Made Man, and I see y'all there. Peace out.